Nikonians have been preparing to get ready for what seems like an eternity, and then it happened.
Alright everyone, welcome back to Joe Man's Land. I hope you're having an amazing day. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for watching. The Nikon Z8 has been the subject of many of my videos, talking a lot about the different theories and rumors as reported on Nikon Rumors and other sites, and up until now there hasn't been anything concrete that being like, man, a new camera is coming. But as of the final week of April, that is changing. Nikon has something big that they've announced across all their websites, so today we'll be covering that as well as some of the more recent articles on Nikon Rumors as they pertain to the Z8 and this launch event. So without further ado, let's get to it. First of all, we'll go to Nikon.ca because I'm Canadian to have a look at what this announcement looks like, and then we will backtrack to Nikon Rumors to have a look at some of the articles that pertain to what they think this announcement means. All right, here we go. Are you ready? Oh, this is great. Look at this. Look at all the text flying up. How could you not get excited? It's like Star Wars, but like sped up 8 times, so you can't really read any of the text, but nice. That's exciting. Man, that Are You Ready just takes me back to the iconic Michael Buffer. In fact, let's do a Michael Buffer impression now. Are you ready? Can't go wrong with that. That's super exciting. All right, let's have a quick look at it here. All right, online launch event coming in 13 days, 10 hours, 23 minutes, and 12 seconds at the time of recording this video. Super exciting. There's nothing else on there about it. It just says get notified. No need to notify me. I will be there. Now let's get over to Nikon Rumors and let's have a look at some of the articles that have been published since this announcement was put out across all the Nikon websites. Again, let's have a look at this article first, titled "The Suckin' Nikon Z8 Mockup I Posted Last Year Was Spot On. Full front view of the Nikon Z8." So we've got an identical mock-up of the Z8 he posted from last year. Okay, so he's basically just saying like, hey, I was right. But this is what Nikon Rumors is thinking the front of the camera will look like. Man, it's pretty cool. It's little chunky, but I mean it's smaller than a Z9 for sure, so that is interesting. If you want to see this article, look below. That's where all the articles will be linked. Now let's get into the next article I wanted to cover, which is more leaked Nikon Z8 specifications. Let's have a look here. All right, so he's thinking it'll have the 45.7 megapixel sensor, which is the same that is in the Z9, so it'll be stacked, an ISO range of 64 to 25,600. You're gonna have 20 frames per second, which is a pretty great shooting rate. 5-axis in body stabilization, 6 stops, blah blah blah. Let's get down to the autofocus. 493 autofocus points. That's a lot. As long as it's got the Z9 autofocus, I think we are good. There's going to be 10-bit support, which is great, and they're going to do 8K at 60 frames. 8.3K. Man, that's beefy. Like that's pretty darn powerful, and how small this camera is, like that's unreal. That could really be cool and a game changer for video shooters. 3.2-inch tilting LCD screens. It better be fully articulating, otherwise I think there's going to be a lot of people upset. And yes, I know if you're watching this video and you're a photographer and you're a purist, you're going to comment below and say, well, it doesn't need a tilty screen. I don't like to take video. I get it. Fair enough. But specs that this camera has, it's not just a photo camera. It's a hybrid camera that could potentially boast industry-leading video specs. So as a video shooter, having a fully articulating screen is huge. It doesn't have to be that typical flippy screen that you have like in a vlogging camera, because honestly, this is not a vlogging camera. This would be overkill for most people, but having the same sort of fully articulating screen that there is on the Z9 would be great. In terms of memory card slots, this is interesting. They're thinking there will be one CF Express and one SD. For me, I don't mind that, mostly because CF Express cards are really expensive, but I feel like if you can afford this camera, you can afford 2 CF Express cards. So I know for some people they'll be disappointed about that. I don't really see there being any problem having a CF Express and an SD. I think that's good. At least there is a dual slot. And let's get down to the price. They're thinking it's gonna be around $5,000. I think out of all the pieces to this rumor, I think that's the thing that I really don't want to see come true. I think that if they sell for that much, there's going to be a lot of folks that don't end up buying because it's getting pretty close to that Z9 price point. Man. But anyways, super interesting. Let's move on to the last article I wanted to cover. We've got a photo of what the potential back of it could look like. I'm not going to go into that. You guys, I'll link the article below. It's not something I'm going to cover, but something you can have a look at for sure. Next, let's have a look at the Z8 camera body or parts it's rumored to be made out of. They're thinking it's going to be made out of a high stiffness carbon fiber, reinforced thermoplastic, or a similar material. Interesting. So it's not going to be made out of magnesium. That should help with the weight a little bit. Comment below, what do you think the Z8 should be made out of and why? Maybe you have an opinion on this. Personally, it's not super important to me, so we're not going to get into the details of this article, but super interesting anyways. Same thing, article is linked below. And the last thing I wanted to have a look at is this well-played Nikon Z8 Easter egg in the latest teaser. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, so he's pushing to the 8 that is in the corner, and if we go over and have a look here, you can see the 8 where my mouse is circling. So that's super exciting, definitely hinting that it will be the Nikon Z8 and that it's not just a lens announcement or another APS-C body. But anyways, folks, let's wrap this one up with some final thoughts. All right, folks, well, let's wrap this one up, man. I am so excited that there is something coming in less than 2 weeks, and it definitely does look like it's going to be something bigger than just a lens drop. It could be one camera, it could be 2 cameras, who knows? And also, I think it's interesting noting as well as there was that Play logo on the teaser, which is interesting because they did recently have that patent come out for some video-centric editing software. I do think it does point towards at least a camera that could potentially have a lot of awesome video capabilities, which you guys saw in the rumored leaked specs are something that is really big. But folks, I mean, obviously I'm not the only one that's had a look at this, so comment below, have a look at the articles, and let me know what you all think. Do you think this is the Z8 or do you think it's something else? And what do you guys think of the articles and the rumored specs as well as building materials of the camera? Personally, I'm not super bothered by what material they're going to use, but maybe you care and maybe you're passionate about it, so comment below. I think regardless of the price of the Z8, I'm probably not going to be buying it because it's just too much camera for what I use.
Pop the hood, let me see what you got.
Hey, hotshot, what do you think you're doing? This is a Ford Gran Torino, okay? It's not some crappy camper / apartment. There are rules.
Okay.
But it hopefully does mark something super exciting, which is the filtering down of some of the autofocus and other amazing things that are in the Z9 into some of the more affordable camera bodies. I'm hoping the Z8 does this, and I'm hoping that a lot of this goes into the Z6 III, which I hope will be coming out later this year. But anyways, folks, let's leave this one here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and remember to take beautiful photos every single day. Don't do it for the views, do it for yourself. But stay tuned in case there's more articles that drop between now and the launch event. I will stay on it, but otherwise, I will see you all at the Nikon Z8 launch. And stay tuned for more Korea videos coming soon. See you in the next one.